Federalist Paper for Canada, number 12. The Soul of the Nation, on Civic Virtue, Responsibility, and the Character of a Free People, by a citizen of the North. To those who would build a new nation, not only in law, but in spirit, a constitution may define the limits of government. A border may mark the edge of a nation, but neither will save us if the people themselves are not worthy of liberty. The great project we undertake, the formation of a free, sovereign confederation of provinces, cannot endure unless the people within it are committed not only to their own freedom, but to the preservation of each other's. No police force, no law, no election can substitute for the moral strength of citizens who govern themselves. It is not enough to break from the old system. We must become something new, a nation of citizens, not subjects. 1. Freedom demands discipline. Freedom is not the absence of restraint. It is the presence of self-rule. The free man restrains himself not because he must, but because he chooses to. He does not wait for the state to tell him right from wrong. He knows it, and he acts accordingly. The foundation of our confederation must be this, that each man and woman is the steward of their own life, that liberty comes with responsibility to family, to neighbor, and to community, that rights are not permission slips, they are natural and they are sacred. Without personal discipline, freedom decays into chaos, and chaos always cries out for a tyrant. Let us not plant the seeds of tyranny by forgetting our duty. 2. The family. First government, first school. Before there was parliament, there was the household. In our new confederation, we must treat the family not as a social construct, but as a natural institution. The first and most critical place where virtue is learned, character is formed, and freedom is passed down. We must protect the right of parents to educate and raise their children according to conscience. The sanctity of the home from government interference. The idea that strong families produce strong citizens and weak families breed dependency. A nation cannot be free if its children are not raised by those who love them more than the state does. 3. Education for liberty, not indoctrination. In Canada's failed model, public education became a tool of control. In our confederation, education must be the gateway to free thought, free inquiry, and civic understanding. Let every child learn their rights under their constitution, the history of tyranny and liberty alike, the skills of critical thinking, civil debate, and honest work. Let no child graduate ignorant of the founding principles of their country. A people who cannot articulate their rights will not long keep them. 4. Commerce and contribution over entitlement. In the new confederation, citizenship will not be a passive status, but an active contribution. Let us reject the culture of entitlement and instead promote a culture of work, innovation, and enterprise. The sovereign man does not wait for handouts. He builds, he trades, he feeds his family and his community. That means government must never punish success. Welfare must be temporary and locally managed. Small business and self-reliance must be honored, not regulated into extinction. A free people must feed themselves, power their own homes, and own the tools of their own labor. 5. Freedom of speech is the lifeblood of the Confederation. No constitution is worth the paper it's written on if the people are not free to speak, write, challenge, and debate. There will be no national speech code, no criminalized opinion, no state-mandated language of safety. In the Confederation of the Free, truth and error must contend in the open, for only then does liberty survive. Let every citizen be bold enough to speak and humble enough to listen. 6. The citizen as the guardian of the nation. In this new chapter, the greatest office is not that of president, premier, or even judge. The greatest office is citizen. The citizen votes, but also thinks. The citizen protests, but also serves. The citizen questions, but also builds. Let each man and woman treat this title with reverence, for if we do not guard our confederation with moral courage and civic devotion, the decay of the old system will creep into the new. The state cannot save us. It was never meant to. We must save ourselves. Conclusion: a nation worthy of the liberty it claims. We are building a confederation not just of laws, but of people. People who must live by principle, raise families in peace, speak their minds without fear, and bear the cost of freedom with quiet strength. This new nation must reflect not just what we oppose, but what we love. We love freedom because we love our children and want them to grow without chains. We love order because it allows communities to flourish without coercion. We love truth because the people who cannot speak truth cannot live in it. Let us build a confederation worthy of these loves. In Federalist Paper No. 13, we will address how justice is to be administered fairly and locally in the new confederation, so that no citizen lives under distant rule again. Until then, a citizen of the North.